Good morning, students. Today, in this lecture number 23, we are concluding our syllabus with the topic known as letter writing. Dear students, when you, because this time your exam will be thoroughly online, purely online. So, in exam you need not to write any essay. कुठला essay तुम्हाला परीक्षेत लिहायची गरज नाही. परंतु you will be asked maximum questions on reported speech, means direct and indirect speech, some on tense, kinds and uses, and third on clauses, phrases and sentences. And remaining some questions you will be asked on paragraph writing, essay writing and letter writing. But in your exam you will be asked on these topics the one sentence option or one sentence examples. Fill in the blanks with suitable options or objective type questions. So you need not to write the full letter, full paragraph or full essay in this coming examination. But before that, just as a part of study, as a part of knowledge, as a part of understanding and experience, just I am highlighting on paragraph writing, essay writing, and today on this letter writing. And such useful, the points also useful for you in your future endeavors. So, when you write essay, because essay writing letter writing is of two types: official letters and personal letters, which now we, or being student of this become, you will be asked the business letters only, or business letters are called as correspondence. Well, and so no or not a single personal letter will be asked or entertained in your examination. So you will be asked purely business letters, which is known as official letter, means letter to the manager, letter to the officer, letter to the inquiry officer, letter to the municipal corporation officer, or letter for the job of application, and so on. Letters will be asked, and most of the times in this section you will broadly study the or detail study the official letters or letter of application, how one makes an application for the so and so job which is being advertised, and for an answer to that advertisement is written an application letter. So this letter, application letter, includes some points, because some points are useful for the letter writing, and you have to use all these required points which will be useful for the personal information which we include in the application letters. For example, we use the points like one, sender's address. Sender's address means who? The applicant's address. Applicant's address is known as sender's address. And then we have in the second rank, after that, the sender's address is followed by the date. Date is also a required thing for the official letters. On which day you have wrote the written the letter. Then we have we have the inside address or address of the receiver means whom you are writing or addressing. Maybe if you are applying for the post of high school teacher, you have to write the names of the principal or headmaster of that unit. So the inside address include whom we are writing or whom we are addressing. Then we have the salutation. Salutation include respected sir, respected madam, like this, according to their position and gender. Then we have finally the subject, which is also known as the body of the letter or the main information which we provide in the subject. Means subject is the information of the letter about which means application for the post of high school teacher in English. So the subject gives you or gives the receiver detailed idea about your letter. So he will easily keep it aside because when the advertisement is given of so many posts, so they separate the applications on the basis of the subject, and so when you mention the post and its information in the subject, the receiver gets easy to sort according to its post or positions. Then we have the main important, that is the body of the letter. Body of the letter means which is the main part of the letter in which we mention all the aspects which are useful for one in the letter writing. So body of the letter include one leading paragraph followed by one small concluding paragraphs. So two paragraphs will be asked in the body of the letter, or you have to mention the information of ours that I will also highlight in detail. And this is the body of the letter. Then we have in the 7th point complementary clause. Complementary clause means the clause which we made by yours faithfully, yours obediently, yours affectionately, yours sincerely, like this. And finally, we end with our signature, or we can say the name which we have mentioned in the first sender's address. So this way, later we can easily divide into these 8 sections, and for this we will just, in this case, we will practice one official letter, so you will get the idea of such things. When we include all the 8 issues, 8 points in that letter, then we will get the clear-cut idea of the letter. So for this, or in this case, we will practice one letter, and that letter will easily highlight the features of the same. So we will see one example of application letter, and through this letter you will get the clear-cut idea of the application letter by using the 8 points. For example, application for the post of, we can say, the high school teacher. We will discuss how first you have to give the sender's address means applicant address. For example, if you are directly applying in the or in any institute, in any college or in any industry, you have to mention your name. But in the examination, if you are applying or trying to write a letter, you have to give ABC or XYZ. So, in exam point of view, we will discuss ABC, then we will discuss the address. ABC means your name, then Ram Nivas, B2, Samarthanagar 431001. So this way, in short, we discuss the address of the applicant, sender's address, and below that address we mention the point 2, that is date, and simply you write the date as, for example, today is 28/7/2021. This way you can easily write in a simple way your date. So these 2 points we have covered here. Then we have the address of the, in the 3 point we have the address of the inside address means recipient address, for example, and it must be below the line of date. त्याच्या खालच्या लाईन मध्ये असलं पाहिजे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल the headmaster Mahatma Phule High School, Aurangabad. This is the inside address or recipient address whom we are addressing, means sending the letter. We write this by using these two. To the headmaster Mahatma Phule High School, Aurangabad. If you are writing to any manager of the bank for the application of the clerk, typist or anything, you can mention here to the branch manager, State Bank of India, Samarthanagar, Aurangabad. Or if you are writing to any bank employee, to any school authorities or to any industrialist, you can simply write the, we can say, the deputy manager, the CEO, Bajaj Industries, Aurangabad. So this way you can write to the authorities, to the bank authorities and to the educational authorities as well. And so this is the third issue which we cover, and after that we have the fourth, that is the salutation, and it includes the after this we also mention the subject also, and then we can mention the salutation. Subject means we simply mention application for the post of high school teacher. So when you write the application for the post of high school teacher, you must know the qualification of the high school teacher and which qualification is required. कुठलं शिक्षण पाहिजे, कुठली पात्रता पाहिजे हे तुम्हाला माहिती असलं पाहिजे. So application for the post of high school teacher, this is the subject. You can also mention the details like in English. Application for the post of high school teacher in English. It is, you can simply mention in the subject, point number 4, and you can also mention in the page number fact number 5, which is listed in the text, that reference. तुम्ही एखाद्या पोस्टसाठी जेव्हा अर्ज करता तर त्याचा संदर्भ तुम्हाला कुठला तरी भेटला पाहिजे. एक तर तुम्हाला कोणाच्या टेलिफोन कॉलवर भेटला पाहिजे, किंवा एखाद्या पेपरमध्ये ॲडव्हर्टाईज आली असेल, किंवा तुम्हाला कोणी सांगितलं असेल, तर यू हॅव टू मेन्शन दी रेफरन्स ऑफ दॅट. जर एखाद्या जाहिरात पेपरमध्ये आलेली असेल तर तुम्ही काय म्हणून लिहू शकता, ॲडव्हर्टाइजमेंट इन लोकमत टाइम्स डेटेड, कारण की आज आन्सर करायला त्याच्या आधीची जाहिरात असते, डेटेड 25 जुलै 2021. ॲडव्हर्टाइजमेंट लोकमत टाइम्स डेटेड 25 जुलै 2021 फॉर द पोस्ट ऑफ teacher. Right, so this is the detailed information about the advertisement which you have came across in the advertisement in Lokmat Times. If sometimes if you are orally talked or on the telephonic call, you can say as per the telephonic communication with so and so, as per the telephonic communication with Mr. Chatterjee for the post of English. So that is also sufficient. If not, you got the information about advertisement. Then after this, we came across the salutation, and that means we simply say, respected sir. If you know about the authorities as male and female, you can simply say respected sir, respected madam, and this is the salutation. And in this point number 7, that we have to write body of the letter. Body of the letter, and after that this is the 7th body of the letter, and here at the left side of the page, at the we can say right side of the page, we can make the complimentary clause saying that yours faithfully. We have mentioned ABC, the same name you mentioned over here. And again, after this 8 number in 9, you can mention here at the left side the enclosures which you have to attach. For example, Xerox copy of mark sheet of HSC, SSC, graduation, B.Ed, and so on. Xerox copy of mark sheets of B.Ed, HSC, SSC, and graduation. And also, if you have any experience, you can also mention that also. So this way, these 9 points will be asked. Just highlight. I will highlight on the body of the letter. This body of the letter include 2 paragraphs, and in this particular paragraph, you have to give detailed information about your education, your experience, your hobbies and interests, and so on. So in the leading paragraph, you can simply mention that, sir, as per the above mentioned subject and reference वर दिलेल्या विषय आणि संदर्भानुसार I am going to apply for the post of high school teacher in English. One line, one sentence. Secondly, sir, I am a graduate, or I have completed my BA degree from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad in 2015. I have also completed BA with first class from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University in 2017. And I presently am working in Sant Dhaneshwar Mahavidyalaya, Python since last 2 years. So this way you can mention the application for the post of English. Secondly, your graduation where with marks, and your essential qualification that B.Ed is required. So B.Ed from so and so university with first class. And त्याच्या व्यतिरिक्त if you have any experience, you can also mention that I have 2 months, 3 months, 4 years experience of teaching in Sant Gnaneshwar Mahavidyalaya, Begumpura or Mahatma Phule High School, Aurangabad. So this way your education is required there in the leading paragraph. And also you can mention that I have completed MSc course with 80%. So I am very well familiar with computer or techno civil. So this is the leading paragraph is required for that information. And the concluding paragraph is about the request that sir, please give me an opportunity and kindly consider my application for the post. I will be thankful. Please consider my application. Please kindly think over the application. I will be very thankful. Kindly allow me to serve in your institute. I will be thankful. This way, the concluding paragraph you can mention. So, my dear friends, this way you can write the application letter, and this particular letter is definitely useful for you while applying for any post in a firm. So, with this information, I stop here. If you have still any doubt, you can ask me anytime. So, with this brief information about the syllabus of this second sem, I stop here. So, with this, I wish you all the best for your coming examination. So, thank you very much, and once again, wish you all the best. Thank you.